This is a review of the Mantis Classic 4-stroke. Setup and starting. It's hard to clamp the handles without the wooden stand you can see in the image. Just simply made to stand the tin guard on while you assemble the handles. Once they're in place and clamped on, you can use the metal stand provided with the Mantis. The metal stand itself is quite hard to push up and down, but then again you've got to balance that against the fact that it must remain up and out of the way when in use. Starting, no problems once you remember to actually switch it on the handle. In warm weather, which in my case was 16 to 25 degrees C, there was no problem starting it. 2 pulls with the choke up, then switch the choke off, and then 1 pull and it started quite happily. As you can see from the video, I'm having to lean back quite a bit in order to counter the pull from the tiller. I tried to flex the arm sufficiently to take the shock of stopping on a rock or a root, a full brick even, which can be significant, especially from an embedded root. These can literally stop you dead. When you find one, work round them and then tackle with more appropriate tools, e.g. a small pickaxe, etc. As the Mantis information says, it's more convenient to pull the tiller back towards you rather than working across or forward, which is not really practical at all. This ground has been dry and hard for the best part of 2 months. It's very stony and there are tree roots, so you can see just how much it bounces, and that is quite wearing. Clearing the tines. Often you will see a stone, quite large sometimes, thrown out behind the tiller. I find it convenient to bend down and pick these up, having first stopped the tines. I can then dispose of these so that I don't catch them again. If they're left, they're in a position to become jammed within the tines, which can be quite a job to clear. The way to do that is to stop it, rest it securely, remove the tines from one side or the other, then clear the stone and any roots or other greenery which is wrapped round the spindle, and then return the tines to the machine. This has worked quite satisfactorily. Do not try and continue digging when you can know that there are a lot of roots tangled up. It's not efficient at all. Either way, after a period of use or in an area of heavy roots, stop the machine and use a stand as shown or similar. Remove both side tines and be prepared to be surprised by the amount of material wrapped round the shaft. Clear it and then continue. This is the tidying up necessary once you dug a small patch. You can see that the tiller pulls the earth towards you. After a short while you'll see a ridge in front of you and then the excavated area behind that. Don't leave it too long before pulling the soil back from whence it came. I would normally use a rake, but if you face the other way you can use the tiller to effectively pull the earth back to the dip that you've created. Now take a rake and straighten it all out. In summary then, is it easy to use? Question mark. Well, on a well-maintained garden or an allotment, it probably is. On long grass or weeds, be prepared to stop and clear the tines regularly. On hard, compact ground or with roots and stones, when it's dry, in my case, it's hard, very hard work, but much quicker than by hand. If it's wet, suggest leave it. My first use on wet clay clogged the tines very quickly. Is it a good investment? Well, yes, compared to hand digging. As to durability, well, that's a bit TBA. So far, I'm quite pleased with it.